I actually haven't played Dominion since my match with AI, except for IRL yesterday, so definitely not GoCo. Okay, we got colonies 4-3 start. Let's take a look at the board. No, that's not the right button. It's this one. Attacks ambassador. Okay, that's a big deal. It always is. We've got lighthouse and horse traders for defense. Okay, lighthouse is very strong defense against ambassador. Trashing bishop. Okay, bishop's the only trashing. That's fine. Draw, well, you've got apothecary, and there's also King's Court with scheme. Ooh, King's Court scheme is a combo. Of course, the only draw says one card on it unless you're playing apothecaries. Now, apothecary is very strong, particularly with ambassador, so that's a thing. You've got village with King's Court, plus buy with Merchant Guild. Well, with the colonies out there and ambassador, I feel like King's Court ambassador has to be the focus because this is your only way to thin, right? Now, I mean, there's lighthouse for defense, so it could be something that's not completely terrible if you lose, if you can get enough lighthouses into play, get good enough coverage. But, I mean, if King's Court ambassador, you really don't want to be on the wrong end of that. So I'm going to try not to be on the wrong end to that. Now, I learned that Apothecary is an amazing ambassador enabler. It allows you to have economy and things. Lighthouse is also decent, but I think thinning is a little more important than defense, at least to open. I feel like Potion Ambassador is going to be pretty strong. Apothecaries are really going to help cycle you, and most of the junk you're going to get is copper. So I'm going to open Potion Ambassador, pick up Scheme Lighthouse ASAP, and probably a second Ambassador at some point. But this will be very tactical. And Ambassador War will be a very high priority for me. I wonder if he's going to open the same. Wouldn't surprise me if he did. I know Leo's quite good. I actually have never played Leo in Dominion. We were both at the IRL tournament in Michigan. We both competed in the tournament, but I never actually played any games with him. He played like a bunch of games with Nick, and I played a bunch of games with Ifu. But we like never crossed paths there. So same opening from him. This is just great. I'll pick up a lighthouse. And, well, it's possible that I will not get Apothecary next turn if I draw a potion with 3 estates, but that's pretty unlikely. And you returned 2 estates and didn't buy a lighthouse. That signals you hit all 3 estates, so I think that's a slightly better draw for you. I will get the lighthouse over nothing, although I don't want to load up on them. 4. Interesting. You chose not to buy a lighthouse when you could. I gotta feel like a lighthouse is better than nothing, and a lighthouse is definitely better than a horse trader. So, no potion? Oh, he hit 1 potion on his first hand. That's rough. I still would have picked up either a scheme or a lighthouse over a horse traders, though. I'd really like to draw an ambassador here off this apothecary, but I'm almost definitely picking up a second apothecary. Silver lighthouse, huh? Alright. Now, do I divert? No, draw is pretty important, so let's pick up apothecary number 2. And this is just fine. Do I get a second lighthouse? That's a non-trivial decision. I mean, I would really prefer a scheme at this point, but, you know, I can't afford it. Oh, manzies, this is not clear what I should do. I have to have faith that I can draw here, and defense is really not the worst thing ever. King's Court for you. It's very nice. Merchant Guild is tempting here, but draw is so important. I can't pass it up. I have to have faith that I will hit my King's Court. I do want to get a Merchant Guild at some point. I want to get schemes, too. Scheme is going to be wonderful. I can top deck apothecaries. If I can King's Court a scheme, I'm in business. Top King's Court, scheme, apothecary. King's Court scheme is incredibly strong. Even if you start to slip behind with Ambassador, if you can King's Court a scheme every turn, you've still got a shot. Particularly with Lighthouse out there. Oh yeah, actually that's quite good. Maybe I should not prioritize Ambassador so much, huh? Which means I think I like the second Lighthouse more than nothing. I don't really mind coppers that much. It's estates that I don't like. Of course, I will thin them if I get the chance. Okay, that was pretty nice. Now, on 5, Merchant Guild is a temptation. However, Scheme is really nice. 2. This may be a little bit too aggressive, but I will go for Merchant Guild. Okay. I feel like he's just a touch ahead of me at the moment. It's nothing I can't overcome, but I feel like he's ahead. With only one buy and a potion in play, I still think it has to be Apothecary. I still think that's my best bet, although this turn I should be able to pick up King's Court Plus with any luck at all. Because I think I only have, what, one estate in my deck? And it's there. And really, what are my other stop cards? I mean, I know I have a decent number of coppers. I've got a Lighthouse. Got another Apothecary, which is not a stop card. King Horse Traders. I'd have a hard time getting myself away from King's Court number 2. I think a second Lighthouse isn't bad. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's 7 and a potion. Eight and a potion, whatever. I really want to return this estate, but getting the Lighthouse in play is just as good for my deck. Yeah, I have to draw and play this Lighthouse. Oh, and I can't play Ambassador anyway because I'm playing Merchant Guild, of course. Yeah, that was totally the right move. So yes, now I can get King's Court and Apothecary because I can count playing the Lighthouse. I really should have thought about that more closely. I really should have thought more about that. I need to not play like that. More King's Courts, and I want to get Schemes, actually. I may prefer Scheme to Apothecary shortly. It seems like he's got, what, one more Apothecary? And he decided to draw the King's Court, so he must have something to king. Is it Ambassador? I mean, King Ambassador isn't really that great when I have a Lighthouse in play. I guess you're returning 3 coppers instead of 0. But, I mean, that's your economy, dude. You've got a Horse Traders you can king. So, okay, that's not the end of the world. This is unfortunate. But, well, I can get a King's Court here, so that's what I have to do. Hopefully this turn I can draw the old deck, maybe pick up King's Court Scheme, and then reliably kick off every turn. We should be in business. Merchant Guild doesn't get... Yeah, the coin tokens don't get tripled. It's just the dollar and the buy. Apothecary... yeah. I think... Well, hold on. Is kinging a Merchant Guild better than kinging an Apothecary? I don't... I mean, if I king an Apothecary, I can play a single Merchant Guild and then also play my Ambassador to get rid of the estate, which I quite like. So let's king the Apothecary. Wait, I can't do that because I only have one more cantrip left. So that option is not available to me. So let's continue to draw Apothecaries. and then reserve the King's Court. Draw all the coppers. Ooh, hey, look at that. Now I can top deck a King's Court here. Double King's Court by not playing this Apothecary. That nerfs the current turn, and I don't think I have a Lighthouse in here. That's the only thing I can king next turn, so we have to play this. Yeah, now this doesn't matter. King the Merchant Guild, and I can get King's Court Scheme. Yep, that's what we're doing. I'm tempted to pick up extra coppers here for the coin tokens. I feel like that's loose play. Right now, priority number one is... Oh, this is great. Priority number one is kicking off and kinging a scheme. Once I do that, I'll feel comfortable getting extra coppers, because I can easily draw them with Apothecary. I'll pick up a bishop. 2. But yeah, I can draw them with Apothecary and increase my economy that way. So, I mean, if I'm kicking off every turn guaranteed. Then yes, the coppers are more safe. Not yet, though. Not yet. He does have 3 lighthouses, and he kings a scheme. Ooh, I didn't get a lighthouse in play. What's the worst he can do? Give me a bunch of estates. I actually feel okay about that because with any luck, I'll be able to king an ambassador this turn, and he'll have a lighthouse in play. They'll just all go back to the supply. He just returns 1. Oh, you didn't king the ambassador. Got it. King, scheme, Apothecary. So I don't need to king the ambassador. All I want out is the estates, and he's got a lighthouse in play. So I'll be saving my kings for other things. Well, I need to draw more, so it's going to be this way. There we go. We reached a scheme, but I need to king that scheme. I actually am not going to be able to get past all this and reserve the scheme, am I? Oh, I could. Well, let's make sure we have the scheme in hand then. I need to find more King's Courts. There you are. That's better. Thank you. Now, I'd really like to King's Court a King's Court. If I can find one with this Apothecary, which I can't. Yeah, hopes of that are gone, right? Even if I top deck this Apothecary. So we'll just have to king a scheme now. Now we can draw the rest of the deck, but we don't get value with the King's Courts and the things. I can't even draw this estate. Dear deck, I hate you. Well, it's not the end of the world. I'll reserve a lighthouse for next turn. King a Merchant Guild. Ambassador 1 estate back. Oh, geez. Reserve this lighthouse. And think. King's Court scheme would be quite nice. I can top deck King, scheme, Apothecary, I guess. King, king, Apothecary is safer. Yeah, so, and then I should be good to go. I mean, I feel comfortable drawing my deck at that point, right? I could spend 2 tokens, get an Apothecary, which is nice because I get one of the tokens back. King, scheme, Apothecary, more draw is always nice, and sure, why not? I think it's time for that. Okay, now I want king, king, and Apothecary on top. A Drowned Colonel says, Perpetual Motion MaScheme. Sounds about right. What did he top deck the same thing? King, scheme, Apothecary. Oh, you only had 1 King's Court in play, but you drew the next one. Okay, fine. king, king, 1, 2, 3. Second king's court is your scheme. The objective here is to reach another apothecary and another king's court with these apothecaries, which I should be doing, yeah. McNarwhal, was the entire purpose of this board to ignore rebuild? I don't think rebuild's very good here, and I think that's what you're saying as well, right? I mean, it's a colony board, and the kingdom was not built. It was randomly generated. I do want to pick up a single bishop. Points lead could be nice. I actually do have a point lead. Apothecaries are low, but I mean, there aren't many buys in our decks right now. Of course, Ambassador can change things. You can, like, Ambassador lighthouses. Of course, you can't empty piles if they have a lighthouse in play. Okay, that doesn't work. Are you going to overdraw with the horse traders? If you don't trigger a shuffle, though, you can't top deck them. Or are you just discarding these because they're overdraw? So it's random. It looks like a kingdom challenge. Design a kingdom where rebuild is ignorable. You know, I've learned those are more common than the conventional wisdom is. Yeah, and a drowned colonel agrees. And with no coin tokens, your flexibility is low. You only have one merchant guild in play. I mean, you only get one. I think I want to pick up a second copy of Merchant Guild shortly because kinging that for buys can give me lots of pile control, which could be very useful. There are 13 estates, but it's still a pile that I need to seriously consider for emptying. And you get some more schemes. Yeah, I mean, I want 2, 3 certainly doesn't hurt. But I want to king 2 schemes every turn. That's the idea. Here we go. Okay, well, these are both cards that I want to draw. So let's get the Apothecary next, even though it doesn't matter. Okay. Tripled action number 2. We'll make it draw. And here we're prioritizing only cards that draw other cards. That's all I really care about. Okay, now King's Court. Now I have 3 tripled actions left. Let's draw some more deck. Okay, now this doesn't matter because I'm just going to draw my deck anyway. Okay, king. Need to make sure that gets kinged. That gets kinged. And this is my last tripled action. Now he's got lighthouses in play, so there's no need to king the ambassador. However, I don't want a King's Court to stay out in play, modifying this lighthouse. So I only want to play the lighthouse once. Let's just triple an apothecary then to make life easier. Single lighthouse, single ambassador, put the estate back in the supply. I don't think we're that close to being over. And this stuff. Now, I probably should have put the potion back, too. Yeah, that would have been a little smarter, but I don't really... I'm not terribly concerned. So, the engine's working. Now I need some payload. I've got extra kinged actions I can have here. I can pick up King, Merchant Guild, Merchant Guild. Do I have enough money for that? I do. I think that's best. Start the flood of coin tokens. Okay, now I have, oh yeah, an extra copper for sure. Now, I wanna think about what I'm top decking king, 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 apothecary, apothecary, scheme is what I want to top deck, but I want to make sure... Actually, it doesn't really matter. One of them's not going to be in my hand. And I'll make it the king's court. So that's the one that goes first. That's the one that's not in my hand. King, 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 apothecary, apothecary, scheme. There we go. Megan, no one tells me anything around here. I sort of just decided to start streaming a little bit. I didn't really tell anyone, which is why there's not many viewers yet, but they'll come here. A drowned colonel. You're a lot more careful with your king choices. Whenever I play King's Court Engines, I'm always just king, 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 everything, 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 and then I lose. Well, okay, the reason, that's a habit that comes from playing IRL, because it's much easier to track how many tripled actions you have left if you play king, king, action, action, then king, action, action. So there's a pattern there, and then you can just always say out loud, I have 3 tripled actions left, I have 2 tripled actions left, I have 1 tripled action left, I play a King's Court, I have 3. That's why I do it, and Goko doesn't help you at all with tracking that. Mail me, hey, I'm viewing. Hi, Liam. Mail me. And Megan says, you're awesome. I think, I'm pretty sure everyone in here is awesome. I know I'm awesome, Leopold's awesome, and, I mean, everyone in the chat, if you're here, then pretty much by definition, you are awesome. So, yeah. So, we're both going to draw our decks. Megan says, the awesome was meant for Colonel, but I'm sure you are awesome too, Mail Me. I can vouch for that, Mail Me is pretty awesome. And a drowned Colonel, I mean, I still have some pretty hot dreams about that fanfic, so yeah. Oh my gosh, I got a shout out. Mail Me, it does not take much to get a shout out. All you have to do is be awesome, right? Which isn't a big deal for you. Now, there are some low piles here. 18. It costs, what does it cost to end the game? 5, 15, $25, 10 buys, plus you have to get some green. Imagine this kingdom without Lighthouse. Yeah, well, it would be very one-sided without Lighthouse. One person would win the Ambassador War, and then it would just be over from there. They would have 10 curses and 16 potions in their deck. But here it becomes an exercise in building your engine correctly. Ooh, wait, King's Court. It's more expensive, but less buys. I need to seriously think about ending the game this turn. Of course, the way I do that is just getting as much economy as I can and then playing around him ending the game and stuff. Now, he did get a bishop. I understand bishop as a payload, but that's going to be really slow. And green, you're not really hurt by green all that much. I guess you kind of are, but I think a single colony is better than a bishop, at least for my deck. All right. That was, like, all of that was so amazing. Let's make sure we get another King's Court in hand. Okay. Let's make, well, I want to draw all those, so let's do the scheme now. And now I have 3 tripled actions left. Apothecary again. Should be able to draw lots of coppers. We're done drawing coppers, aren't we? Two tripled actions left. Let's make it the scheme. Now I have 1, so now I have 3 tripled actions left. Let's draw the rest of the deck here, right? I should have plenty of tripled actions to spare. And that's an ambassador. I want to give the potion back. So anyway, that. 2 tripled actions left. Let's that. And then now there's 3, 1, 2. And there's no need to king the ambassador, so we'll just play apothecary, single lighthouse, ambassador, give the potion back to the supply. I won't be using it anymore. Okay. Well, the deck is pretty easy to play. Now, let's think for a moment. What does it cost to end this game? Low piles, King's Court costs 14. That's less than this, and here's 10. So 24 will end the game on piles. I have 23. So I'm not ending the game on piles right now. Now I'm getting a buttload of coin tokens next turn. So I feel like full green here is best. Probably colony, province, and 7,000 coppers, and then there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to end the game on a win. next turn. He's got 8 coin tokens, and I feel like I'm ahead of him building. Now, do I spend these coin tokens to get more green? Well, it's 2 estates, and let's be honest, I would rather have another scheme in my life than 2 estates, because I don't think those points are going to be terribly important. Of course, watch me lose by those 2 points. So let's spend 3, right? 1922, that's what I want. Colony, province, scheme, 7,000 coppers for 7,000 times 3 coin tokens. And the same thing we did last time. So king, 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 apothecary, apothecary, scheme. Very good. Captain Decoy. I'd prefer not to find out how many tokens you can fit in your butt. That's probably... Yeah, okay. I understand that. I don't think I want to try, because I really like the shinier coin tokens that I have with my set. So there's that. Yeah. Megan, Adam, you missed it. Nick had 55 viewers. Oh, man. The first time I ever get 55 viewers at one time, it's going to get real up in here. Nice. Now I have to somehow win this turn. I feel like we'll read anything in the chat Ron Burgundy style, says Captain Decoy. Try me? I guess? I mean, there was one time that the D word slipped out when Megan typed that in the chat. Mail me. I don't know who I'm cheering for. Well, I'm streaming, so you should be rooting for me. Mail me, can I play you next game? That's fine with me. Usually I just play whoever sits down. I really don't care who I play on stream. It seldom makes any difference to me. I doubt I can. Only 3 King's Courts. Oh yeah, only that in your deck. A Drowned Colonel. Are Dominion streams supposed to be family friendly? So, I mean, other people have like dropped the F-bomb, and I don't care. It's just that like I have this paranoid. Okay, a little story time since his turn's probably going to take a bit. Story time with Adam playing Dominion on a relatively non-interactive board, it turns out. So, when I was growing up, you know, we weren't allowed to swear, and whenever we swore, you know, if my brother or I would swear, the other one would tell, and then we'd get, you know, soap in our mouths. That seems reasonable. It certainly wasn't child abuse, but it didn't taste good, and I didn't want it. So I was training to, you know, not say swear words. And so I have this switch that if I need to, I can turn off my swearing mechanisms. And I do that on stream because, like, I still have this thing, even though I'm 28 years old now, I still have this thing that, like, I don't swear in front of my family. Like, you know, my mom and my brother and my cousins and, like, at work too. But that's for professional reasons. So, like... Sorry, there's a lot going on in the chat, and I'm trying to keep up with it. So I have this paranoia that, well, my mom could be watching this stream, so I better not swear. But you can swear all you want. I don't care. I'm just going to try not to. Most non-interactive ambassador board ever. McNarwhal, as an Australian, I must go for the underdog. Okay, I get that. Oh, no thank you. Uh, oh, that was kinged. I should pay attention. Sorry. Yeah, done. Uh, but anyway, McNarwhal, who is the underdog? That was my question I was going to ask. So let's see what your deck did. 19 in a potion. That's yeah, that's not enough to end the game. So you have to go full green. How many dukes do you have? 7. 7 dukes. Same on green cards. So all I need to do is score 8 points this turn and end the game on piles, which with 31 coin tokens should not be a tall order. Colony, King's Courts, and Lighthouses are going to be my targets. Unless I'm short buys, in which case I have schemes as an option. But I don't think I will be. I've got 3 merchant guilds. I can king them for a total of 10 buys. And that's enough for this. Yeah, McNarwhal, you were the underdog until about 5 turns ago. You really think I wasn't doing that well? I thought his silver was a little weird in his horse traders, but interesting. Oh, he did get King's Courts before me, but you make your own shuffle luck, I guess. Okay. That draws cards. That draws cards. That. So, I'm still getting reach with Apothecary, so let's king an Apothecary next. That draws cards. Okay, well. And these Apothecaries are going to be slightly wasted. So 3 tripled actions left. Need to do a scheme to go through this, and now I need to search my deck for King's Courts. Found one. Yay! Found another one. Yay! And now this stuff. So I have 1 tripled action left, so now I have 3 tripled actions left. I'm going to draw my deck anyway, right? So let's just make it faster. Scheme. Scheme. Yeah, we're good. King. Merchant Guild. Merchant Guild. Merchant Guild. Lighthouse. And actions. Play treasures. 26. I'm just going to spend all my coin tokens. I need to be very careful because I don't want buttons moving on me. Actually, you know what? I'm stopping here because now I have $55. $55! Like a boss! Okay. That actually cost me points. I don't care. It was worth it. Oh, keep clicking done. Maybe I should have tried to get 55 points, but I don't think that was in the cards. The cards.